at the end of the month, but it would be approximately $2 grand. 11.08 is a budget transfer for gifted support. Let's see what the amount is on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that look to total under $5,000. And Aaron, these are all accounted for, obviously, right?
Correct.
Okay. It's just a routine budget transfer, so I don't see any problems there. E-rates at 11.09. Okay, this has to do with networking upgrades at the middle schools to receive E-rate funding. It's the committee approves wireless and network upgrades at the middle school to receive E-rate funding. The project is based on approval of E-rate funding. Obviously, that's a discount that we get or reimbursement, right?
Correct. So what you're looking at is the 3 quotes that we have in order to upgrade our wireless at the middle school level, and which includes replacing switches, routers, so on and so forth, and pulling a little bit of wire to certain areas of the buildings that you don't have wireless access to. The quotes for what you're looking at are state bidding quotes, and the entire project is based on us being approved through E-rate, where we would receive roughly, I think it's like 40% back.
I don't see an amount, but what's the ballpark on this?
The total amount's $260,836.50, for which we would receive roughly anywhere between 40 to 50% back.
So our out-of-pocket would be $1.25, $1.50.
Correct.
Am I wrong that in the past, last year, we used bond money for this? This is approved, this can use bond money?
Well, we pulled all the wire in the bond money, whereas this, we're not pulling, we already have Cat 6 wiring in the buildings.
Right.
So we're only replacing the devices.
Oh, we did purchase switches with bond money.
Yeah, we did, because we did the full thing,
Yep.
from start to
But
finish.
in the middle, but in McDowell and Intermediate?
You did the entire, it was an entire scope project, so that's why it qualified for bond. At the middle schools, you're not doing an entire scope project.
It's basically like asking, we can't use the bond money to go buy computers.
Oh, right, but we could use it for infrastructure. I'm just wondering if we have a little bit left, if we can pay for it with bond money or not. No, because we do have some money left.
No, because the majority of this is, it's basically equipment, it's not the infrastructure, the wiring in the walls, right? It's the actual device.
But we did, when we bought switches, we bought it with bond money.
But that was because the bond in addressing McDowell and Intermediate, that was an entire scope project top to bottom. There was no wireless there. In this case, where you already have the infrastructure with the wireless, it's there.
So I have absolutely zero problem with this because I'm Mr. Technology.
But I'm-
Okay,
but
but I'm
explain
just
why-
asking, for sure, you're giving me your word that we cannot use bond money for this. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, then I think we should pay for it with general fund, that's fine.
I think part of the answer might be to go to the next tab on the bond. And the bond is there, and it states the bonds are issued to provide funds to pay the cost of issuance of the bonds and pay the cost of demolition, relocation, renovations, consolidation, and capital improvements to the school district facilities, including McDowell High School, McDowell Intermediate High School, athletic facilities, and other improvements which pay the cost of the issuance of the bond.
I don't know if you remember, Mike, but a couple of years ago, we actually had to change the definition of the bond to include, remember?
Yeah, I understand.
Different items that weren't there
Okay.
that we wanted to do.
Yep.
So I think we'd have to go back and change the whole
That's
thing.
obviously too much. I just, like I said, not against it whatsoever, just wondered if we could use some of our bond money. It's a great thing and we need to do it, and we're getting 40 or 50% back. Phenomenal. Next one is delinquent properties, which, you know, we typically do. And there looks to be another mobile home, Paranella Drive. Aaron, any thoughts on this?
It's standard, I think you skipped one, but it is just the standard exoneration of taxes that you see frequently.
Okay, I did jump over, I'm sorry, 11.10, the Series 2010, let me get back here, GOB report.
All right, and I would like to take one step back too, for the last item, is that approving this project, you approve this amount to be in our this amount's gonna be in our budget, just so we're clear on that. The 260,000 is gonna be in the budget. Now, moving on to
Okay, Mr. O'Toole, wait, can we have a clarification, a written clarification from the bond? Who is holding the bond of this $26 million? Who's actually holding the bond?
we have the funds in the bond,
Okay, all right.
Do you mean who issued it, Lou?
Yeah,
Can't say.
Yeah.
we have to have a clarification, because if the bond definition it can be interpreted, and this is where the bond solicitor, Mr. Senate, and that I even question as to having Mr. Senate being the bond counsel and also the solicitor of Mill Creek Township School District. There's somewhat of a conflict of interest right there, in my humble opinion. But let us get a legal written opinion as to this $26.7 million, and can we use part of that $200,000+ and take it out of the bond fund?
Mr. Allen, may I address this, please? I mean, when I'm asked, do I have your word? You're insinuating that I'm doing something else with that bond that we should not have. I have
say
built
that.
3 schools in this district, and I have used bond money, millions of dollars worth of bond money, and have never been allowed to purchase any equipment, either for infrastructure or for computers. So you can get your solicitor's written statement. I'll give you my written statement that says that bond money cannot be used for switches and wireless access points in this scenario.
And it never has been. And it's
So
all
if you
defined.
need that written, I will write it down.
Please,
I will.
thank you.
Well, it's on the bond documents. I mean, nobody has to write it. If we write it down, it's.
It states, and it's very nebulous, it states renovations.
Okay,
All
right.
You're right, the renovation is nebulous in terms of we used a great portion of that money with all of our schools. But none of that, with the exception of the entire infrastructure of MIHS and McDowell, have we purchased end-user equipment, which is not allowed with bond money.
I'm asking you a question.
But that's twice now the question was asked in terms of my integrity in saying what it can be used for and what it cannot be used for.
And just for the record, I accepted your statement, and
But you also said I have your word,
Let's,
which means something quite different to me, Mr. Cavillo.
yes, and because you said, that you said you're giving me your word, and I said, okay, great.
okay, let's move on.
To summarize the report that you have at your, that 11.10 is, it's the arbitrage rebate calculation. Now, what this is, in a nutshell, is we took out the bond funds, what, 5 years ago or so. You need to spend those funds in a period of time. And in order, because you can't be earning too much interest, or you'll be owing money back to the federal government. Right, and it would be taxable income. So, at this point, this report shows that we are not liable of owing any funds back to the IRS. You have to spend the remaining funds, obviously, as quickly as possible.
Just out of curiosity, what's as soon as possible, numerically speaking?
Typically, I think they said it was 3 years that you should have had it spent in. We've been spending it down and.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to,
Right.
you could,
Yeah, we always heard 3 years.
And the reason it's not that much of that is because we don't make any money on the interest. Right. So they can't say.
And the reason why you have that, they want you to spend it down is because back when interest rates were pretty good, you could take out a bond, try to get better interest rate, make money off of it.